covering that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing main clean this year.
Okay.
Because Cody, I think you're
Alright. Yeah, I know. He made that clear.
also when we announce, we got to make sure that we really make it a conversation. And then, do you want to focus on announcing what's happening in the game and not focus on like analysis then? So like whenever there's a silence, then you'd start saying what's going on in the game.
Right.
And then you could ask me something to bring me in if you feel like it's been a long time. Or I could be like, so Carson in this play. Just make sure that they're back and forth and not like
You know what I would do, right?
you went to the bathroom.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're just at tip-off here right now. At tip-off, looks like it's going to be Generals ball. Tangeman going to bring it up for the Generals.
Generals going to swing it around the outside of the perimeter here, looking to get something going. Tangeman going to drive, kick it over to Marco, who's going to continue the drive down into the paint. Tangeman up with a jump shot. It's not quite there. Lions will take the rebound.
Number 5, Hymanson bringing it up. Goes down to number 20, Heisman, down at the post. That's going to go out of bounds. That's going to be Generals ball.
Tangeman going to bring the ball up again, it's looking like.
Tangeman and Carter Brower. Tangeman high up top now. Over to Grant Brower down at the angle there. Grant Brower driving up to the top of the key, finds Tangeman down at the other angle. Back up to Carter Brower up top. Carter Brower tries to drive in. It's going to be a push foul. On number 15, Cole Hugendorn.
Carter Brower gonna inbound the ball for the Generals. Besides on Tangeman, gonna drive it in, kick it back out to Mayer, down to the block, goes up with it, out of bounds, Lions ball.
Hymanson and Hugendorn gonna bring it up for the Lions. Generals putting a little pressure on them there as they come up. Shot goes up by number 4, Deeren. Not quite there for the Lions.
Rebounded by number 20, Caden Heisman. Excuse me.
Playing up top with Metzger. Metzger back down to Deeren. Back to Metzger. Down to Heisman down low.
Going to be a travel there. Going to be Generals ball.
Again, Tangeman and Carter Brower going to bring it up. Finds Mayer down low. Mayer over to Carter Brower up top.
Marco sets the screen for Carter and then cuts down low, looking to take a pass, but it's defended. Mayer finds Brower out on the three-point line, takes a shot, but it's not there for him. Rebounded by the Lions. Metzger with the rebound there.
Inside shot goes up by number 15, Hymanson. It's going to be the first points on the board for tonight for the Lions.
Tangeman finds Marco down low, but there's going to be a foul called on the defender there.
Grant Brower going to inbound it. He's going to find Caleb Mayer down. We'll hand off back to Grant Brower there. Mayer down at the corner. To Marco. Marco going to drive in. No points there for Marco.
Generals putting on that two-man trap press that we see from them quite often.
Looking like a 1-2-2 there. Number 5, number 5 Hymanson gonna drive all the way in there, put another 2 in for the Lions. '15 playing some tough defense on Carter Brower there, and he's gonna bring it all the way to the basket. Number 15 Hugendorn.
Score now, Lions 6, Generals 0. Tangeman gonna go up for a 3 there. Excuse me, Caleb Mayer.
Number 5, Hymanson again gonna put 2 more on the board for the Lions. Generals are gonna start getting heated up here tonight. They want to get some points on the board. Generals gonna call a timeout probably to get some game plans together here. Lions scoring a pretty easy 8 points on them there, holding the Generals to nothing.
Yeah, they went on quite a little speed run there. Got those 8 points on the board real quick. The first minute or two, there wasn't hardly even any any shots even going up, and now, Lions got 8 points on the board just that quick. Most of them being on fast breaks or steals.
That's right. I think the Lions are just they're getting warmed up a little bit more than the Generals are right now. Once that street guard starts getting going, it's hard to stop it, and the Lions just had one going there.
And at any point that can flip the other way too. So
just have to wait and see here. Carter Brower bringing it up.
Gonna find Tangerman down on the elbow side of the 3-point line there.
Hymanson really playing some tough D on Carter Brower there.
Finds Marco underneath, and he's gonna get 2 for the Generals.
Generals' first points of the night there by Marco.
Generals in a 2-2-1 press there. Slight modification from before.
Shot goes up by number 15, Hugendorn. No dice.
Tangerman's going to grab that rebound and bring the ball up. Finds Brower. Brower's going to drive in. He's going to go up for 2. He's going to get it. Just like I was saying, those quick runs can go either way, and it looks like we're seeing Generals start to make something happen here.
Generals really putting the pressure on Metzger there.
The Generals do a pretty phenomenal job of playing that press.
Going to go across to Deeren. Deeren's shot's not going to fall for the Lions. Graham Barrow's going to get that rebound. Mayer looking to drive in, passes it off to Tangeman. Tangeman over to Carter Brower. Carter Brower with the shot. Still not there for Carter Brower. He's got a little more heated up before he starts dropping those ones tonight, I think.
That one was awful close. That one just kind of rattled out there.
Metzger up top. Finds Heisman. Graham Brower is going to get that steal. Goes up. There's a dunk by Graham Brower. Right out in the first quarter here. Crowds on their feet.
And like we've said before in past games, that crowd getting hyped up like that really fuels the players on the court. Really gives them some energy.
Score right now is sitting at Generals 6, Lions 10.
Brower going to use those ball handling skills and take the ball all the way to the house, but he's not quite going to be able to put it in.
Metzger bringing it up. Finds Deeren. Number 4, Deeren goes up with a shot. Hugendorn, the shot there.
Just rattles out. General's going to grab the rebound. Brower going to take it all the way to the house. He's going to get fouled on his way up.
Carter Brower at the line right now. 75% from the line so far this season. First one's going to fall for Carter Brower. Some subs going in. Quite a few for Central Lyon, as well as Jenness going in for the Generals. Second one's also going to fall for Carter Brower. Number 24 now. 24, Hasselhoff going to bring it up. You can find number 33 down low for the Lions.
Tanner Vandentop. Carter Brower going to run the ball up the court for the Generals. He's going to try and drive it all the way in. Gets contested and is unable to get a little layup there.
Hymanson going to bring it to the basket. Stopped by Tangeman and Jenness. And not going to be able to put that one in. Mayer bringing it up for the Generals now. Mayer. Free throw line's going to dish it out to Jenness. Jenness goes up the shot. Rattles out of there. Deering going to grab that one now.
Vandentop at the top of the key.
Shot goes up there by Hymanson. Not quite.
Back up by Vandentop and blocked by number 35, Mayer. Sorry, 33, Grant Brower.
Van Y going to inbound it for the Lions here. Looking for somebody. He's going to settle on number 5, Hymanson. Up top to Vandentop. Back down to Van Y. Van Y up top.
Down in the corner, number 21, Cooper Spies.
That one's going to fall for Spies. Tangeman now for the Generals. Carter Brower trying to shake his defender there. Goes out back down to Tangeman at the corner. Tangeman's shot not quite going to fall.
Going to be out of bounds. Generals ball tipped off the Lions there. Jagger Johnson, number 2, Jagger Johnson going in for Carter Brower there. Going to do a little subbing there.
Jennis going to inbound it for the Generals. Looking for somebody who's going to side on Mayer. Up top to Tangeman. Tangeman trying to shake his defender. Dish it out to Johnson. Or to Jennis. Mayer at the corner. Going to drive in. Dish it back out to Tangeman.
Down low to Grant Brower. Going to get a nice little dunk from the block there. 2 more for the Generals. 10-14. Lions up by 4.
Metzger bringing it up for the Lions. Playing it quite a way up from the key now. Down to the corner with Spies. No, shot goes up by number 4, Deeren. Tries to beat the buzzer there. Not quite. Score at the end of the quarter is going to be Generals 10, Lions 14. We saw a little bit more coming alive from the Generals and the Lions, you know, in the second half of the first quarter there. I think once the Generals really start getting on that scoring in that groove a little bit more, we're going to see a lot more from them.
They need to start feeling the rhythm, if you will, and playing the pace of the game. You got to match the paces up, and I think we're going to start to see some more stuff work out for the Generals here.
Lots of shots going up from them, from quite a few people for the Generals in that quarter. Not really any of them going to fall. You know, they were good shots, just rattled out of there a little bit.
Yeah, and I think as soon as they can start to dial those shots in just a little bit more and get them to fall, then Generals can really have a good chance of pulling away with this one.
Looking over at the Lions side of it, quite a few good players. Hymanson, number 5, Hymanson leading the team right now with 4 points in the first quarter, followed by Spies and Vandentop. But just a decent team all around. You know, not a whole lot of standing out so far. Just a really well-rounded team by the looks of it.
Grant Brower currently leading the Generals in scoring with 4 points.
Metzger gonna bring it up for the Lions. They start this second quarter here. He's gonna find Hymanson. Shot goes up by number 15, Hugendorn there.
Tangeman comes down to it and gives a nice deep pass down the court to Grant Brower down in the elbow there. Brower with the shot. That's 3 points for the Generals there. 13-14. Generals really closing that gap now. Keeping that press alive here. Really
Johnson putting some pressure on Metzger there. Metzger going to try to go to the basket. He's going to dish it out to Vandentop. Over to Hymanson. Hymanson almost loses control of the ball there. Gets a handle back on it. Vandentop inside the key there.
Brower grabs that one. He's going to take it all the way to the house again.
Another dunk by Brower. Beautiful one there.
That one was even partially contested at that. Crowd really getting on their feet and getting into that now.
Generals now in the lead by 1 point, score 15-14. Jennis trying to get a handle on that one. Hymanson's going to get another handle on it, and he's going to drive all the way to the basket and put one in for the Lions.
Tangeman going to run the ball up for the Generals again here. Looks like he's kind of playing the primary point guard tonight so far. Generals
passing around the outside. Mayer going to try and drive in. Dish it out to a smart dish out to Genis there as he loses control of it. Genis is gonna put 3 on the board for the Generals.
Generals really starting to warm up now, starting to hit them shots. Cooper Spees bringing the ball up. Vandentop from the free throw line over to Hymanson at the top of the key.
Hymanson down to Metzger, back down to Vandentop. Vandentop with a real contested put up there. He's going to go to the line. Vandentop, 50% from the line so far this season.
Gets that first one to drop in there for him.
It's like number 4, Deeren going back in for the Lions. Second one also going to fall for Vandentop.
Lions having a sub coming in here. Number 20. Caden Heisman is back in the game.
Brower over to Caleb Mayer. He's going to hand it off to Genis. Genis going to drive in a little bit under the basket. Pass it back out to Mayer. Mayer going to drive in. That's going to call the foul on Mayer there.
I'm going to have to say I don't know if I quite agree with that call. It looked like his feet weren't really set there. I feel like that should have been a block, but
I think the Generals crowd will be with you on that one.
Yeah,
not too happy about it.
But you know, that's not for us to decide. You know, that's the ref's decision. That's just what we got to roll with.
Hymanson down at post, going to find number 15, Hugendorn on the outside.
Hugendorn's taking a lot of those shots up top. I wonder if he's not going to start to get a couple drop for him as well. Tangeman for 3. Brower, excuse me. Brower gets another 3 for the Generals.
Hymanson bringing it all the way. Shot goes up on the inside. That one's going to fall for Hymanson. Carter Brower bringing it up. Hand off to Genis there. And to Marco. Marco looking to drive in, gets stopped. Going to go back out to Carter Brower. Back over to Genis. Genis not quite able to get that 3 in there.
Just a little bit long on that one.
Metzger again bringing it up. Metzger bounce pass into Hymanson. Hymanson from the post. Not quite able. Gets his own rebound, and that one's going to fall for Hymanson. Grant Brower bringing it up now. Tries to shake his defender with a little fancy ball work there. Going to find Mayer down at the corner.
Going to be out of bounds. General's ball.
Looked like a kick there by number 5, Hymanson.
Indeed it did.
Number 21, Spees going back in for the Lions.
Carter Brower inbounding the ball. Marco down low, going to get 2 more for the Generals there. This is shaping up to be quite the close game. You know, Generals only leading by 1 right now.
Marco putting some pressure on Metzger up there. Makes him lose control of the ball there for a minute. Bounce pass into Hymanson. Not quite able to finish that one. To find Jack Carlson.
Not quite able to get that one finished off.
It's going to be Lions timeout. 3.5 left in the half here. Score right now, Generals 23, Lions 22. You know, I think both teams are playing a really good game right now. They seem to be equally matched, you know, matching each other in score right now as well. Brower really standing out on the Generals right now, scoring 12 points in the half so far. Hymanson for the Lions also standing out, scoring 10 for his respective team. You know, both of them having to stand out.
Both teams really starting to play a really fast-paced game here.
I think the Generals just need to start settling into that scoring groove a little bit more. You know, we've seen a lot of that in their past games. I don't know if they're just taking it easy a little bit tonight, or if they have yet to settle into that. We'll just have to wait and see. So the foul is going to be on number 4, Deeren there.
Number 4, Jack Carlson.
Grant Bauer's going to get that steal.
And he's going to get another dunk up for the Generals there. That's 3 already in the first half, 2 in the second quarter. The crowd is going absolutely nuts here.
Brower really coming alive tonight.
14 points already in the first half.
Lions going around the outside. They find number 20 Heisman down at post, and he's going to be able to put it in. Metzger trying to put a little pressure on the Browers there. Carter Brower going to drive in, dish it out to Rylan Marco.
Marco going to try and take it. He's going to find Jack Carlson down on the block, and Carlson's getting it 2 for the Generals.
Carlson with his first points of the night. Lions again going around the outside of the arch there. Shot goes up by Deeren. Not there for Deeren.
Mayer going to bring the ball up for the Generals. Looks like he's going to find Brower there.
Marco on the inside.
Excuse me, Marco.
Marco, dish out to Brower. Brower shaking his defender a little bit there. Some fancy ball work there from Brower. Carter Brower going to drive in. Not going to be able to make that layup.
Bout grabbed his own rebound, but Lions were able to come out of there with it.
Going to find Metzger down at the corner. Metzger from just inside. Score now, Generals 27, Lions 26. Minute 40 left.
Brower bringing the ball up. He's going to find Jenness.
Marco from the inside.
Marco.
Marco from the inside going to get 2 to fall there for the Generals. Lions looking for that drive in. They're going to... It's going to be number 20 Heisman going to lose control of it there. That's going to be Generals' ball. Someone on the Generals got a hand on it there by the looks of it. Just not quite sure who. Happened pretty fast there. Brower again. Foul's going to be on number 0, Metzger there. Sub going in, number 33, Vandentop going back in for the Lions. Carter Brower going to inbound it. He's going to find Grant Brower.
Back to Carter down in the corner there. Bringing it up to the top and drive, punching down the center of the lane for 2 more for the Generals. Great play there by Carter Brower.
Speed's going to bring it up. Down to Deeren.
Speed's bringing it around to the other side of the corner there. Deeren down to Hymanson.
Hymanson on the inside. Goes up. Tries to get that step back there. Not quite.
Brower brings it all the way into the lane and gets a nice little layup for 2 more for the Generals. Generals really taking off with it here. Generals now up by 7. 33 Generals, 26 Lions.
Spees going to hand off to Metzger.
Mayer about gets a hold of it.
Then Deeren goes up with the shot from the outside. Still not there for Deeren.
Carter Brower going to bring that ball up to the General side of the court.
Good pass anticipation there by Mayer. Just not quite able to get a hand on it. Carter Brower still not quite getting to get that one to fall. Metzger tries for the last second shot there. No good. Generals really coming alive, just like in the last half of the first quarter and the last half in the second quarter there. Really getting in the scoring groove that we were talking about a little bit earlier. Coming alive out there, especially with Grant Brower having 3 dunks in that half. I think this is going to shape up to be a really exciting game going into the second half here, ladies and gents. I would just like to point out that in the second half you'll be hearing from the other two commentators on the general streaming team, Carson Van Westen and Joshua Nobles. So in the second half we will come back.
Okay, so I'm Cody Dykstra, and I'm here with Tanner, and we're seniors this year, and we're going to be graduating. So this is our last game doing this. We've had a great time having this opportunity to do this. I want to thank all you guys for supporting us, and I'd like to thank the school as well for allowing this to happen.
We've had great viewership numbers, and obviously that can't happen without a lot of dedicated fans. So again, we just like to thank you all for watching with us this season.
Welcome back, folks, for the second half of the Generals varsity game versus Central Lyon Lions. Slight change of plans. You are going to have Tanner and I for the remainder of the game here, but
That's right. Looks like you're stuck with us.
that's probably a better way to look at it.
Tangeman and Carter Brower are going to bring it up for the Generals starting the second half here. Carter Brower up top. Finds Tangeman at the angle.
Brower puts a little punk fake there and finds Mayer, who finds Marco down in the corner. Marco finds Tangeman at the top of the key. Finds Grant Brower at the angle. Tangeman up for a deep three. Not quite there. Marco almost grabbing the rebound.
Hymanson able to get a hand on it there. And he's going to bring it all the way in for the Lions. He's going to put 2 on the board. First points of the half. Generals going around the up top there. Pass tries to get into Caleb Mayer. Caleb Mayer goes up with a shot from the inside. That's going to be good. Hymanson down at the corner. He's going to find some help in Metzger. Metzger going to drive baseline. Going to go with a baseball pass. Number 20, Heisman. Metzger now up at top. Back to Heisman.
Heisman going to go up for 2. Not quite going to grab it. Not quite going to get it to drop. Going to grab his own rebound. Hugendorn for 3. Kind of hard to see the numbers from up here. Sorry about that, folks.
Marco going to drive baseline. Not quite going to get that hook shot there.
Heisman's going to grab that ball and bring it back for the Lions.
Heisman down to Metzger. Metzger.
Deeren. Heisman.
Heisman back down at post.
Deeren for 3. He's going to get that.
Heisman really trying to get those put-ups from down at post, but Mayer and Tangeman really doing a great job of stopping them down there. Metzger's going to get that rebound, or that steal, excuse me. And he's going to pass it off to Heisman to bring it up. Metzger playing it way up top now. He's going to go down to the angle. Find Hymanson on the inside. Back to Deeren. Heisman from the post. Tries to get that put in. Still being contested by Mayer down there. Mayer doing a great job. You know, he's using his height to his own advantage there. Really putting a stop to anything Heisman's trying to do down at post.
Foul there on Heisman. Push foul there. As he kind of tripped and stumbled as he was trying to get that handle on that ball there. Tangeman's going to bring the ball up for the Generals after it was inbounded by number 23, Carter Brower, who now has the ball at the angle and finds Marco down in the corner, inside corner.
Back to Marco. Marco on the inside. Pass it off to Tangeman. Mayer at the angle.
Finds Carter on the angle, and he's going to take a 3. Not quite there, just on the out, just a bit outside.
Heisman and Metzger bringing it up. Metzger going to set that screen. Hymanson tries to pull up there. Not quite. Grant Brower's going to go a shot from the inside. That one's going to fall for Grant Brower.
Nice play by Brower there, looking like he's going to drive and then pulling up for that little jump shot. Kept that defender moving and got him out of his way.
You know, he's really been conditioning the Lions. I think he's going to go on that drive in, and that changeup of his offense there is really what got him the points there. Another pull-up from Deeren is going to be no good.
Well, that's just tactical basketball. You know, you may make them think one thing, and right as soon as they're feeling the rhythm of it, then you switch it up on them.
Tangeman out to Mayer at the corner. Mayer from the inside. Not quite there for Mayer. Deeren bringing it up. Over to Metzger. Metzger looking for some help. He's going to decide on
Hugendorn.
Back down to Metzger at the corner. Metzger on the inside. Going to find Heisman.
Going to be a foul there.
Heisman tries to get the end one there. Not going to fall. He's still going to go to the line, however.
Touch of controversy on that call there. But like I've said before, you know there's not much you can really do about that. Once the call has been made, there's really no point in arguing with it.
Heisman, a senior, is 71.4% from the line so far this season.
Sounds like he's a pretty reliable free throw shooter for the Lions, and he's making that evident as he puts that first one in.
Number 21, Spees, going back in for the Lions.
Lions closed that gap up real quick there. Now only a 2-point game. Generals leading by 2 with 37. Lions with 35.
Jenness as well going in for the Generals.
He's not quite going to get that second one to drop for him. Still a 2-point game.
Carter Brower really doing some good ball handling there to shake number 4, Deeren. That foul is going to be on number 15, Hugendorn. They're going to have Vanden Top back in for the Lions.
We got Jenness inbounding for the Generals. He's going to decide on Tangeman over in the corner.
Tangeman really trying to drive in for that contested layup. He's not going to quite get it, but he is going to go to the line.
Tangeman 74.4% so far from the charity stripe this season.
Really a reliable shooter for the Generals, and he's going to make that evident by dropping that first one. Second one for Tangeman. No good. Vanden Top's going to get a handle on it.
Just a touch long there. Not a huge deal.
Hymanson trying to drive in. Almost all the Generals going to stop him there. Deeren into Vanden Top at the post.
Going to be a push foul on the ground there. Let's see who that one was on here once.
Number 35, Caleb Mayer.
Lob pass to Hymanson. He's going to take a nice little follow-away shot.
Not going to get it. He's going to get that. He's going to get that pass back from Spees. Vanden Top at the top. He's going to find Hymanson once again. Shot goes up by number 15, Hugendorn. No good.
Grant Brower going to bring the ball up. He's going to find Tangeman down in the corner there. Finds Jenness up at the top of the key. Back over to Caleb Mayer. Tangeman going to drive in. Gets tripped up a bit there. Lions are going to grab that one.
Tangeman trying to put the spin moves on his defender there.
Lions with the baseball pass going just a little too long and taking the ball out of bounds.
Seen a lot of good ball handling from the Generals so far. And I should also point out that they've really improved their rebounding game. In the first little bit of the second half here, we saw that they were kind of lacking in that rebounding area, but they're really coming back into their own here.
Johnson, at number 2, Johnson, in for number 23, Carter Brower here.
Jenness bringing it up. He's going to find Mayer at the angle.
Johnson for 3 from the top. Bang.
Bang. Nice one by Johnson there. Pass intended for Metzger there. Metzger wasn't quite there for it.
Going to be over and back. Looks like a little bit of a lack of visual communication there, though. Metzger didn't see that the pass was coming and just kind of ran away from it there.
It looked like Metzger was trying to cut in there. Wasn't quite anticipating that pass. Mayer down at the corner. Up to Grant Brower. Grant Brower possibly looking to pass it into Johnson in the inside. The inside on Jenness. Up to Tangeman up top.
Mayer for 3. Not quite there.
Spees is going to get a handle on it. Spees now for the Lions. Jenness playing some good D on him. And to Metzger at the angle. Metzger over to number 4 down to number 33. Vanden Top is going to get the put in for the Lions there.
Mayer going to bring the ball up for the Generals. He's going to find Jenness out on the angle. Johnson down in the corner with it now. Finds Tangeman at the top of the key. Brower now wide out on that angle there. He's going to drive in and find Tangeman in the corner. Tangeman going to hit a 3 here. Not quite there for him.
Vanden Top and Metzger going to bring it up now. Metzger down to Deeren at the corner. Now up to Vanden Top. Spees wide open there. He's not going to pull up, though. Metzger driving in. Going to take that contested layup. Not going to go in for him.
Going to be out of bounds here. Going to remain Lions ball.
Metzger. Get it into Heisman. Nice little play there by the Lions. Puts it right into Hymanson. And Hymanson's going to get the put in. Tangeman not quite anticipating that pass from Jenis. That's going to go out of bounds. General's going to call a timeout. 1:05 left here in the third quarter. Score right now is Generals 41, Central Lyon 39. Looking to be a really close game as we were about ready to round out the third quarter here. Both teams pulling out some good plays, some good offense. You know, I think Central Lyon is really relying on their posts right now. Both Vanden Top and the other post name escapes me at the moment right now, but both of them getting quite a few put-ins down low. General's trying their best to close them off down there. Mayer, Tangeman, both Mayer and Tangeman, and the rest of the Generals getting some good close-offs exclusively. But they're going to have to do a little bit more work from the outside, or from the inside there. Now, Lions from the outside, not incredibly outstanding shooting game so far this game. So I think the Jones really have to worry about the inside shots.
You know, Tanner, the scores this close. This makes me wonder if we're gonna have another situation that we had last week against the Rock Valley Rockets when we went into double overtime.
I'll tell you, that was an incredibly exciting game. Unfortunately, Generals had a tragic loss there that night, and hopefully this one doesn't turn out quite like that one.
Tragic being only 2 points, of course.
Tangeman on the fast break here. He's going to get that layup for the Generals. Metzger on the inside, looking for some help. Go down to Vanden Top. Johnson trying to keep that ball in play. He's going to accidentally get that back into Vanden Top, who's going to get that put in.
Still a 2-point game. Generals with 43, Lions with 41. Marco down in the inside corner there. He's going to find Johnson at the top of the key.
Johnson down to Jenis. Back up to Grant Brower.
Going to be a foul called there.
On
Metzger. At that, his second foul for the night. That's the team's fourth for the half. No one really in foul trouble, save for 2 fouls is the most any player has right now. Very clean game being played tonight.
Johnson pulls up the deep three. That's going to result in a foul for number 21, Lane Tangeman.
.8 seconds left here. General's going to almost get that ball.
Marco doing a nice job of getting a hand on it there. Hymanson going to collect the ball for the end of the third quarter there. Score at the end of the third, Generals 43, Lions 41. You know, both teams, I'd like to say that, this is, as we've seen a lot of high-intensity games in the Generals, and a lot of times that results in some high fouling. But especially but in this game, we should say, like we just pointed out, low fouling game. Both teams showing some great control while also having really good intensity as well. As we're coming into the fourth quarter here, I think that what the Generals, they're just going to have to pick up their game and just in every overall area. They've been doing a good job of getting their hands on the ball, but they haven't quite been able to get the overall rebound. So if they can pick up that game a little bit, I think that will result in some more prosperous offensive plays for them. Metzger gonna bring it up for the Lions now.
Bobbled a little bit there. Generals almost getting a hand on it. And then a bobble again, and the Generals do, in fact, get a hand on it. And Grant Brower is going to run the ball up for the Generals here.
Grant Brower calling out a play up top.
Way up top there, almost on the half-court line. Finds Mayer at a high post.
Mayer down to Carter Brower. Carter Brower down to Marco. Marco almost looking like he's going to get the put in there. Heisman going to close him off.
Marco
going to
taking
drive
it again,
in.
and he's going to get 2 for the Generals.
Hymanson bringing it up for the Lions now. He's going to find number 15, Hugendorn. Metzger, drive on the basket, and he's going to get that put in. Lions now sitting at 43, Generals 45.
Marco driving into the paint there, and he's going to get 2 more for the Generals.
Marco finding a great opening there and taking advantage of it, going straight to the not quite straight to the basket, going to find a nice little curve path there.
Marco's starting to come alive, now sitting at 10 points here as we begin the 4th quarter here.
Metzger going to go to Heisman. Heisman is going to get that put in from post.
Carter Brower going to bring the ball up this time for the Sibley Cheatham Generals. He's going to go up with a jump shot, but it's not quite there for him, and the Lions are going to grab that rebound.
Hymanson bringing it up for the Lions once again. He's going to dish it out to Metzger.
We have timeout, Lions. I'd like to take this quick time. The head table was kind enough to recognize us and our effort, and I would like to take this time to recognize that without the support of the school board and the tech department, none of this would be possible. And I just wanted to throw, on behalf of myself and all of us on the stream team, a big thank you for everyone that has done their part to support us, whether that be monetarily, just general verbal support. I just really like to thank everyone and all of you viewers as well, because without you guys, this wouldn't be anything.
I have nothing to add. I couldn't agree more. Deeren up top now for the Lions. He's going to pass it off to Hymanson. Hymanson allowing some things to get set up. A screen from Heisman is what he's waiting for there. Heisman down low with the ball. Deeren not quite able to get a handle on that pass. Carter Brower is going to get a handle on it. And it's get stolen back by Deeren. And he's going to hand it off to Hugendorn. Back at Lions ball now. Heisman up top. Down to Deeren. Over to Hymanson. Hymanson going to drive in. Again, trying from that mid-range little throw up there, and still not going to fall for Hymanson.
Mayer using his height to grab the rebound, and now we're going to go to Carter to Grant Brower. And Brower's going to get called a blocking foul against him in his favor.
That foul is going to be on Cade Metzger.
He's going to go to the line here.
Austin Metzger, excuse me.
Sorry, not going to the line. Going to go out of bounds, but Mayer's going to get 2 there for him.
Nice little baseline drive by Mayer there.
That seems to be Mayer's go-to for more often than not. If he's going to drive, it's going to be a baseline drive.
Hymanson going to drive all the way basket with another put in for the Lions there. Carter Brower bringing it up for the Generals now. Ryan Marco setting a screen for Carter Brower there. Tangeman looking for some help. General's still going to settle on passing around the outside here.
Brower looking like he might be wanting to drive in. Gets congested in the center there. Marco going to go for a jump shot. He's going to get that one to fall.
Marco, nice little inside shot there. Metzger over to Heisman. Back over to Metzger. Marco doing some great defense on Metzger there. He's going to go all the way to the basket, and he's going to get a put in for the Generals.
Marco definitely really coming alive here, now at 14 points. only trailing Brower by 4. Brower sitting at 18 points.
A really good night for Marco. Marco usually only being a standout on defense, but really showing his offensive prowess here tonight.
Absolutely, and he, as far as offense goes for Marco, he's the player he's going to be driving down in the paint or catching balls on the block and taking a lot of contested shots.
Heisman down at post. He's going to go up, and he's going to get the put in there for the Lions. Heisman really a monster down at post there, really showing that, especially later in this game, that it's really hard to close him off down at post.
Marco going to get 2 more here. Marco, usually only averaging 5 points per game, is really just blowing his average out of the water tonight, playing phenomenally right out of his element here tonight. That's really helping the Generals out.
16 points for Marco on the night so far. Heisman down low again. Contested put up, not gonna fall for him. Carter Brower's getting a handle on it. Over to Tangeman. Not quite there for Tangeman, but Grant Brower is gonna put it back.
Not gonna be good though. Tangeman was called for a charge there. I'd have to say I didn't really catch whether or not the man's feet were set, but it looked as though they possibly were. I'm not really gonna voice my opinion on that call. I'm just gonna let it play out.
I'll admit that I was focused on the ball as well. I didn't have an eye on the defender's feet there. Hymanson driving in, stopping up top, found some things to get set up.
Brower almost gets a handle on it. Does get a handle on it. Oh, it's gonna be called out of bounds there.
General's trying to call a timeout just before it goes out of bounds.
Crowd isn't quite too happy with the out of bounds call there. Hymanson catching the ball on the backside of the court. We're going to bring it in for the Lions.
Hymanson driving in, out to Deeren. Back over to Metzger at the corner, and Metzger's going to get called for a travel. Carter Brower and Tangeman going to bring it up for the Generals.
Give me a 1-minute timeout called by the Generals here.
I noticed something just now. Lions this game not doing a whole lot in the area of trying to press on the Generals this game.
I hadn't really thought about it, but I suppose I noticed that too. Whereas the Generals are doing that tight 2-2-1 or 1-2-2, depending on the situation. But both of them are very common press arrays that we see from the Generals.
A lot earlier in the season at home games, we've seen a lot of the teams the Generals have played putting pretty effective presses on them, but not the Lions. I suppose that's just that's the coach's decision, but.
I feel as though that one of the reasons for that is allow the defense to get back and set before the offensive play begins. Whereas on a press, if the Generals are able to get a deep pass down to someone at the far end of the court under the hoop, the press is going to be set up more than likely going to be set up in a way that doesn't allow a defender to get there quickly enough and stop the shot.
Well, either way, it seems to be working out in the Generals' favor. Generals sitting at 55 right now. Lions at 49. Generals extending that. A lot of times in this game we've only seen like a 1 to 3 point lead right now. They're extending that a little bit more with about 2:45 left in the third. Or the fourth, excuse me. Time just flies when you're having fun, I guess.
I suppose so, Tanner. I suppose so. You're going to find Carter Brower in the backfield there. Going to get contested pretty hard by Hugendorn, but he's going to find Marco. He's going to try and stick it all the way to the house. And
Marco.
He's going to get it done.
Nice one there by Marco. Even contested there by Hymanson.
Marco now tied with the Generals' leading scorer, Grant Brower, at 18.
A little bit of friendly competition going on, I might say.
And that definitely plays part of a role in it. I know how good of friends Grant and Rylan are.
Lions really passing around the outside of the top, up top there.
Hugendorn not quite able to get that 3 to drop.
They're going to get that rebound, though. Up to Heisman up top, down to Metzger. Metzger
Looking to
really
find
getting
something.
defended by Brower there. He's going to find Heisman. Heisman's going to get that put in from down low once again. Looks like it's going to be timeout Lions. Just under 2 minutes left here. I think, we've seen it. This has been a pretty good game for both teams. Like I said earlier, Heisman really being a threat down low at post there, getting a lot of points for the Lions so far.
And it is, and it's still a really tight game. 6 points that can go either way really fast.
That's right. Either it's Heisman down low or it's Hymanson going for those drives in. He's really throwing the ball for the Lions, and it's showing.
And he a lot like Mayer, he's got that height that he can use.
Speaking of people that have been strong with the ball this game, I know we said it quite a few times, but Marco just having a phenomenal night so far, showing out with 18 points, a lot of them from driving in, some mid-range shots thrown in there as well. Just a phenomenal night for Marco. And as always, Grant Brower also having a phenomenal night. No dunks since those first three we saw in the first half, but either way, still a phenomenal night for Grant Brower as well.
I wouldn't be too surprised if we don't squeeze one or two more of those slam dunks in tonight. We got just under 2 minutes left. Speaking of, number 5, Hymanson there. He's gonna steal that ball and put it up for 2 for the Lions there.
Lions now putting on quite a bit more pressure on the Generals. They're gonna find Marco.
Marco's
down to
gonna
Mayer.
find Mayer. He's gonna get 2 more.
Nice little play there by Marco and Mayer. Hymanson now up top. Down to Heisman. Over to Spees. A great defense there
Marco
by
hauling the mail down the court, but pulls up and finds Mayer. He's going to get 2 more for the Generals. Generals going on a nice run here.
Another great assist by Marco and Mayer. Heisman getting another put in, faking out both the defenders there, and he's getting another put in from down low.
Lions going to call a timeout there. Going to be a 1-minute timeout.
Nice little scoring ball we saw going back and forth there between the Generals and the Lions.
Yeah, that high-paced stuff's fun to watch.
Raising their scores up to Generals 61, Lions 55. We said a little earlier that the Lions have been maybe holding off on the Generals as they come down, allowing their own defense to get set up, but that seems to be changing up in the last 2 minutes here. Lions now putting quite a bit of defense on the Generals as soon as they get the ball. As we saw originally, that worked out in the Lions' favor as soon as they started doing it. Hymanson getting the layup right off the bat there. About a minute left in the game here. That scoring intensity we just saw in that little back and forth there keeps up. I think this is going to be an exciting last minute, as it often is.
Both teams really gonna turn on the afterburners here and
Tangeman down to
try
Mayer.
and get some stuff done. That's
Mayer.
quite the deep pass. Oh, Mayer's gonna see a wide open lane there, but decides not to take it. I think what it is the Generals just trying to run that clock down and secure the victory.
I think that's what's going on here as well.
Very easily, Mayer could have taken that ball almost all the way to the house. There maybe been a little bit contested, but
Carter Brower inbounding it. He's going to find Grant Brower. Grant Brower with quite a bit of defense on him from Metzger and Hugendorn.
Going to put Brower on the line for 1-and-1 free throws here. The Generals now in the bonus, being as the Lions have 17 fouls on the board.
Foul was on Hugendorn there. Brower, a senior, 75% from the line so far this season. First one's going to go in for him. second one as well, also going to fall for him. Spee's going to bring it up for the Lions now. He's going to try and drive in. He's going to find Hugendorn. Hugendorn with another shot that's going to go a little long there.
Going to be out of bounds and General's ball. It looks like we have Carter Brower inbounding.
Carter Brower. He's going to find Grant Brower, getting some pressure put on him. He's going to get the ball over to Tangeman, down to Mayer. Mayer down low again.
There'll be a foul there, it looks like, on Heisman. Gonna put Mayer to the line for 1-and-1.
That's right. Mayer, a junior, 70% from the line so far this season.
Not able to quite get that first one there, and the Lions are gonna rebound it.
Hymanson bringing it up.
Driving hard all the way, and he's gonna not quite get that one.
Hymanson not able to finish that one. Rarity for him tonight.
Now Hymanson's got, he has 16 points this game. He's right up there with Marco and Brower of the Generals as far as points go, really bringing a lot of those drives all the way in. Heisman for the Lions sitting at 13 points, having a pretty good night himself.
Deeren going in for the Lions. Carter Brower at the line once again. 20 seconds left.
Gets that first one in. Carter Brower is actually shooting the same free throw percentage to the decimal as his brother Grant, 75%.
Hymanson driving in again. This time going to dish it out to Hugendorn. Hugendorn with another deep three that's a little long.
That's going to round out the game there.
That's going to be a Generals win for the last home game of the season. Final score is Generals 64, Lions 55. Nice game for the Generals to round out their home season. They will be going into the playoffs. Their first game is going to be at Orange City, and the stream team, as far as we go, we are planning on having maybe a slightly reduced stream for that first playoff game. But either way, again, like we said earlier, we just like to thank all of our viewers and our financial supporters and the school board for all the great support that we found so far this season. Like we've said many times, this wouldn't be possible without you, and it's just a great outlet for all of us who had an interest in this, and we just want to thank you again.
I'd like to say the names of everyone on the team here. We have Carson Van Westen, primarily running a camera, also doing commentary. Ben Walmuth, usually a camera operator. Tanner Dykstra, usually a commentator, sometimes a camera operator. Myself, Cody Dykstra, about 50-50 on camera operations and commentary. Jesse Schaff on a laptop doing all of the controlling of the stream, whether it's switching cameras, starting and stopping music, starting and stopping our voice microphones, and making sure the stream's running smoothly. And then Jacob Nobles and Mitchell Groh doing the stats keeping. That allows us to give you guys stats live. And Joshua Nobles, also a 50-50 commentator camera operator.
And I'd just like to shout out Rachel Rushi and Isaac Haben, who've also been a little help with this so far this season on camera operation. So again, thank you to everyone who helped. Thank you to everyone who supported us. It's been a great season for all of us. We hope you come back next season.